last year, probably around April, May, we did this episode where we took a small clip from your son was kind enough to be the subject, and he acted a little thing. He wanted to create a superhero out of himself in a green screen. So we took that little clip and we tried to transform it with the tools we had at the time, and we were experimenting with Stable Diffusion. And I was using EBSynth, which essentially the process was take the movie, create a file for every single frame. It created an image file, and then you would run through, take one of those and create a style with Stable Diffusion, run it through EBSynth, and see what came out of it. And that process was very encouraging. It was not without defects. It would not produce consistent imagery, right? So there will be artifacts floating around, or the masking is not tight, and there were aberrations, so to speak. But it did a pretty decent job for the enthusiasts like us to believe in the system, right? Oh, this is going to work, right? And then we shelved it away and then said, okay, let's come back later. And I took a look at the progress in that space. And in the meantime, there's a lot of cloud services that we were talking about, right? Runway ML or Leonardo or Midjourney, all these things that offer. But our angle is always like, if I can't personally do it, then what's the point, right? Like, can I run it on my own GPU? Can I play with it? That's what we do in this show. So I was waiting for one of those, and I found one in December, which is a paper based on content deformation fields and how to create temporally consistent videos. And I thought that's interesting. And then I started playing with it, and let's talk about what I came up with. And it had pretty interesting results. It's still a good step in the right direction where everything is moving, but it's amazing progress. So let me throw that here. So to start off, this is what I did. Okay, you know me, I'm a little bit skeptic until I download everything and I play with it and with my own imagery, right? I don't believe the marketing material they put out. So I went to Pixel Bay. I downloaded a short clip of this woman at work, right? And I said, how can I transform this to something else, and whether it can do a good job? And to my amazement, I used Stable Diffusion to convert one single image of this and to transform this to a different personality. And look at the tight fit, right? I can do a split image like this, and you don't see any aberrations. That's why I wanted to present the demo this way, right? It's such a tight fit that you see how close it is to the original frame, right? And all it took was a single image to stylize this. Now, there's a marked difference in the approaches. Earlier, just to reiterate, you took a movie, split it into images, run each image through the system to create this video, right? And that worked okay. But this time, this is basically take the movie, create images, train an AI model on those images, and then feed a style through the AI and get the output image and make a video. And they have done a wonderful job there. So this is the first one I played with, and I was really happy and I got enthusiastic. So I went to the next one. So now I recorded a Happy New Year message, right? And then I said, hey, okay, it works with stock photography. We know this because if you shoot everything in perfect light condition and perfect framing and everything works, right? And I said, okay, I'm not that. I'm just going to use my webcam. I'm going to use my own LED lighting that I have and see what happens. And I was very happy with the results too. So now I can take myself and look at the tight fit here too, and I transformed it to the entirely different character with a single image.
Wow.
And in the process, bleached my shirt too. It's more whiter. So either so this is amazing, right? So it was able to do this. Again, few things I want to talk about. In Stable Diffusion, there's a lot of changes too. Now I can have up to 3 control nets. And for the person who's hearing this first, the control net is something that lets you control the posture and the position and all that stuff inside the image. So you get very close enough image, but can change the actual person or the style or whatever, right? So you can see the outer frame sticks to the Balaji's body frame. but then the inside characters changed completely.
Yeah,
This is
the
done
eye,
with the help of,
that is
yeah.
amazing. Your eyes are blinking at a different rate too, so it's it's fun. It's like you're winking one side at a time.
Right.
But
So
if you
that's the
check that out, it
second.
is very cool though. Yeah.
So this is the second use case, right? So you can transform yourself to a different character for whatever purposes. Like maybe you are a virtual character in the and marketing something over the web, right? Then I said, okay, this is good. I can modify a
Or
bigger.
you never have to age, right? Once you make a video, or you never have to age, or you. The other side of this is there is a lot of anonymous entrepreneurs or content creators. They whatever you want to be, you can be. Right? It'll be the same, but let's say your face is a 21-year-old male or female, whatever it is, you can create that, and that person never has to age. So that's pretty cool.
Exactly. So you transcended into the system, right? Now, the next version, I wanted to do less of a change, but I want to change the style, right? Then I thought, okay, I still want it to be me, but what if I lost a little fat in my cheeks or whatever, right? So through prompting, so I can change a little bit of hairstyle, or even the style of the image looks like more pencil sketch. But the idea here is to do a very minimal. It's almost like a Photoshop version of it, right? You want to create a Photoshop version. Now, how do you do it on a video? This is more stylizing yourself, right? Not changing yourself, but stylizing. And it came
Yeah,
over
we have
here.
Instagram filter for pictures where they make yourself look a lot younger, prettier, sexier. You are providing a filter for videos now.
There you go. See
Right?
what's happened. Yeah, image to image was popular last year. I think this year, like you can take video to video and do all kind of stuff. I think that's going to become mainstream.
That's pretty epic. I'm going to look younger with more hair. I like it.
So the next one I did was, so again, a lot of this is possible. Now I'm getting deeper into segmenting the image, right? Now I want to change a portion of this image, right? So then I took that image and I said, okay, what if I replace the t-shirt logo, right, with the image? So this is made possible with Meta's Segment Anything. They released this library, I think, last year, where you can take an image and you can segment it out, right? And then you can have
Remember
this.
We were trying to find Waldo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? So you can segment it, and you can use that. The fun part is now you can combine. This person on GitHub has combined these pieces together, right? So now you can take the neural network to train, but also feed the mask for the portion that you want to track. So this creates the magic where it's only tracking this portion and it's training on it, and you can substitute that, right? So, now you can take any aspect of the video, create a mask for that portion, and track it across the video and substitute. Think of it for a second, right? If you have a bird flying, you can change the bird, or you can, everything else remains the same, but it's just that particular bird or whatever object. So
this is where the mass personalization comes into play, right? Like, I know maybe that's where you're going with that, is the image. Because I looked at when I was doing LinkedIn marketing, where I was trying to reach out to folks on LinkedIn. And of course, there are bots to personalize the message. It'll say hi first name. Sometimes if you don't have it, it'll just come out as a hi first name. But if you had a name, it'll say hi Balaji, hi Rajni, and then the message is the same across the board, but the name changes. But then I saw, this reminds me of an application that was selling the functionality was a whole app, right? They said, okay, take one video and you can reach out to thousands of people with the same video, but they had a little whiteboard that you were holding in front of you. And the name, hi Balaji, hi Rajni, was the name.
Changes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And then they also did the vocal, of which you've already shown, is your lips are moving, but the words coming out says hi Balaji and Rajni. They'll say hi Peter, hi Amy, it doesn't matter. The words in across the board and the mouth the same. So now the rest of the text or the message is the same, but now you look like you took one video, which changed into 200 or 2,000 personalized videos to each one of your prospects. So
right on, right. Yeah, I think that's what we explored last year, right? How the audio can be personalized, how the lip sync can be done. Now with video, if you can do this, it only takes put all of this together. And now you got, like you said, 100 variations of the same shot in a different language, different tone, all kind of stuff.
You just put a company out of business. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Every year, right? This happens, right? Last year's idea now suddenly changed to new things because there's a lot of progress here.
Yeah.
So
looks like you have one.
So this one, I went even more finer detail. Okay, now I go consumer, right? I say, okay, what happens if I can take my image and I want to try on some new glasses? So I put on a slim, no frame glasses to my eyes, right? How does that look? And it came out great. Now I'm wearing glasses, so I can virtually try it on to see whether it looks okay on me.
This would be a great feature for online. Like, I know people are already doing that, but imagine being able to put glasses on anything you have and change frames so you can figure out how does it fit your face before you order. So that's amazing.
Go. So I don't know, if you go along this path, maybe someday somebody's going to connect this system with a 3D printer on the other side, and then you try your glasses and then you push the button and it goes, prints the 3D object and it ships it, right? And it's going to be tailor-made for you.
Yes, I can totally see that, because a lot of glasses is one of them, but when it comes down to shoes and the trousers fit, I can see where, especially if you're regular size, you're okay. But if you're very tall, you're short, you're slightly chubby, then the regular fits don't work for you, right? So it will be great to have a virtual avatar that you can dress, and then it's custom built for you. So
trust me, none of the sunglasses fit me. Because of my fat nose, none of my sunglasses fit me at all, right? That's a real problem. It's like I have a big, thick, this thing. All the sunglasses, they just pop out, right? They don't sit there. That's why I thought of sunglasses.
Cool. I'm pretty sure a lot of online e-commerce companies, the bunch of sunglasses companies, some things as simple as this, they would love to have that as an option where you just take your phone, take a video, or in the app, take a video, and then you just put random glasses on you until you pick one and you say, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And then the next one, a small change. Hopefully you can see that. I changed my hair color to see how that looks. Right? So this is showing the true power of how detailed the segmentation works. Right? You can pick any object in there and change it. And even better, nowadays, I think there is an interface where you can type it in. You don't even need to. In the old days, you have to pick and draw a circle or whatever to pick that object. Right now, if you have a picture and you type dogs, it segments only dogs. You don't even need to do anything. Just type dogs. And then you say track dogs and change them to cats or whatever. And then it can swap it out. So this is another thing I tried.
You're trying new hairstyle. Yeah.
Trying new hairstyle. And then what's new hairstyle and glasses without new outfit, right? So now try new outfit. That's my last attempt at it.
That's amazing, because that's the other big thing with all e-commerce and even stuff you buy from Amazon, right? The whole reverse logistics is a giant value suck for a lot of businesses because it's expensive. And when you bring it back, most people, I don't know, but prefer to throw it away because it doesn't make sense for them. The cost of it coming back to the warehouse and restocking is so much higher than just saying, I don't want to sell it to somebody else.
I don't want it back.
Yeah, so think about that, right? So I think it's like, if I remember, it's close to 30%. So even if you reduce that by 10%, their margins goes way higher. I know there are companies would send you a box and you can try different ones and they keep the ones you like and send them back. That might be on the upper end of the value stack. But if you can see, and that is the true fit, a lot of them call in the ads called true fit medium, but you know exactly how it fits your body, I think that is a game changer for a lot of e-commerce on online sellers. So that would be great.
That'll be a great use case strategy. I think at this point, I just want to highlight what this can do today and what it doesn't do, right? The system that I tried, the open source version of it, which allows me to train my own model and stylize many times. First, you need a GPU to even use this particular project to do all of this. The second thing is you need um, software like Stable Diffusion to create the styling image. I mean, you can go with a traditional artist to render it and style it as well. And most importantly, it works only with smaller size clips, right? It's like 10 seconds or 1 minute tops, because the configuration in this particular open source project is geared towards running it on a smaller compute environment. I think much work has to be done. I didn't do that part where I can customize the neural network and run like lengthy movies or whatever, right? And track many things. Those kind of things are left as an experiment or even maybe currently getting developed. So this fits small, short clips with not, the most important part is it should not have a lot of movement going on. The reason I say that is I went back to our clip. I just want to show this. So this is the clip we started, and I tried to do this again after a year on, okay, so let me play this. So this is the clip we started last year and tried to superpose, diffuse, and create a character, right? Even though it's very short clip, there are a few things going on here. There's this pose, and then there's this pose, because the hand has completely moved into different position, and then the head is tilted. And on top of that, the background also is shaking. So there is like 4 different movements. If anyone picks a video like this and tries to use this, it doesn't work because there's too many things going on.
Makes sense. Okay.
So it's definitely better than a what do you call, a professionally shot video. If you know that, in my case, I was moving a little bit, but majority of the movement was facial, right? So the system is able to do a very good job. But if I were animated like this, I don't think it does a good job.
I mean, we've come a long way in the last 9-10 months. So if we continue down this path, I'm pretty sure the next iteration or the next few, you can, like I always use talk with my hands, right? So it'll help with that too. Otherwise, I have to be like just moving my head and stand still. So, but if you can make what I'm saying,
just small movements is okay. You can be very animated right now.
You can't do this.
Like Karate Kid.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, even if you were not moving, we still had to go through the same process you explained. It still happened, but it was an elaborate process. Now these tools are making it simpler, easier to do. I would just call it mass personalization. Is really what it boils down to. Whether you're a creator or you're a person who's trying to sell to the masses, it's a customer of one who can now test their shoes, how they fit, their pants, how they look, their clothes, reduce the number of returns. All this will be amazing for companies and for creators, where they don't have to your point, where they can do it once. You can change your logo to something else. You can change it to, let's say you have a brand you're promoting in English and Spanish. Your voice can be changed. Your logos can be changed to Spanish. I just feel like it's endless, the possibilities of something like this. So it's exciting.
100%, Rajni. Think about, as I saw last year, some of the movie actors are starting to create digital twins, right? It's a costly process, and they're going through that. Imagine this technology hitting mainstream. Any of you can create a digital twin of you and start marketplace for selling this thing, right? Essentially, it's your looks and your style and whatever, you're modeling it and then giving it to product companies, and they can use you to promote their product, right? It's a new type of marketplace. It's going to come up.
It definitely. I'm excited what another 6 months later what we were going to be able to show. So that's exciting. So I know we have a lot more in stock, but we will save it for the next time. I know we are going to do some more of the demonstrations that I'm working on as a follow-up to this. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and talk to you soon, Balaji.
Thanks everyone.